Welcome to Two Mums and a Camera. And today we are drinking red wine, but I see that you've watered yours down with a little bit of soda water.
Yes.
Because it is midweek. We're not even supposed to be having wine.
Thursday is practically the weekend.
It's almost there. Cheers to the practically the weekend.
So because I'm driving, I had a little bit of wine and a lot of soda water.
Red wine is just the bomb. It's the drink. So, and it's so nice for now it's getting cooler and it's just comforting.
I'm wearing a scarf.
Yes, I see that. I see your scarf.
Is that very European of me?
It is very European. You look European. That's
okay.
Just work it.
Just don't come close because I'm really tired.
So, cheers.
Cheers
to us getting together. It is always nice to see my sister during the week. Oh, we have to drink. And we have to make eye contact. Didn't you ever hear that? You have to make eye contact after you cheers.
Okay.
If you don't make eye contact, it doesn't really mean anything. Anyway, so some of you have asked us to talk about our tattoos. And we're going to do that. We're going to go there today. So I have 3, and you have 2. You know, that's between us, that's 5. So I think that's enough to talk about.
You did that math!
I did. So, so maybe we'll just take turns. We did one together. Maybe we should start there. So, my sister, my mom, and I had decided that we were going to do a bonding tattoo night. So we booked it. I think you booked it.
That was your first tattoo.
It was my first tattoo.
When was that?
I think I was 30. I think I was 30.
Okay.
Just around, it was when we came back from Antigua, and the kids were still young. It was a Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And we decided, my mom, my sister, and I decided we were going to go out and get tattoos. And I'm very naive. I'd never had a tattoo before, and I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to get a tattoo. And in those days, lower back tattoos were it.
AKA the tramp stamp.
The tramp stamp, yes. So thank you for reminding me.
I know.
So I decided I was going to have this elaborate 2 dolphins with the girls
intertwined.
Each of my daughter's initials. It's quite beautiful, but it's not someplace that I show it off. So I don't really want to show it off. So it's my secret thing, and I want to keep it that way. However, the tails of the dolphin, there's like a scroll, and it has both of my daughter's initials on it. Well, just the beginning of their names. So there's an A for Amanda and J for Jess. So I love it. It's wonderful. But the story behind it is we arrived there. We had a nice dinner. I think, or did we go for dinner after? After. So we arrived there, and I pick out this elaborate design. And you were very quiet. You didn't say very much. But I did notice that my sister decided that I should go first. And I think this was because she knew that I had never experienced this, and I was having this elaborate design. And I think deep down inside, you'd had a tattoo at that point. So I think you knew how it was going to go down. Well, I could only describe this event was like having someone take an X-Acto knife and cut your skin. That's how the tattoo felt. And I don't know if it was where it was, the lower back, but it was childbirth pain. I was in agony. I had to breathe through it. I was crying. I asked him to stop. You had to come hold my hand.
I held your hand.
And I squeezed it. And I think you were and I think you were going back to when I was having babies.
Yeah.
And it was not a good thing. And I honestly don't think that I realized what I was getting into, because I realized afterwards, wow, my sister had this little itty bitty tattoo, and so did my mother. And they didn't seem to get as upset as I did. So I think you guys knew what you were doing. I clearly did not. So if you have never had a tattoo before, don't go in big. Don't go in, I'm getting a tattoo and I'm going to really make sure that it's a tattoo. No. Go small, go little, so that you kind of ease into it. I think you got to ease into it, for sure. So maybe tell us a little bit about yours.
That same trip, I got 3 feet tattooed on my back. Not my lower back, but off to one side.
Tramp stamp.
It's not a tramp. It is not.
It is a tramp stamp.
It is not a tramp stamp.
On the side.
I have a foot thing. I love feet. I love
foot
little
fetish.
babies' feet. It's a bit of a foot fetish. So I had 3 little feet for my 3 kids tattooed on my back. But my husband said afterwards that I should have a big one on my butt for him.
So when he kicks you in the...
Kicks me in the butt. I'm like, no, that will ruin it. So I have 3 little ones tattooed on my back. And,
that's very cute.
But that was a great experience. But I want to just quickly talk about my first one.
Yes.
Because this is what you shouldn't do. This is where a mom comes in. I was 16, turning 17, and my girlfriend and I kind of dared each other. Do you want to get a tattoo? And neither one of us wanted to say no, but I don't think we thought we would go through with it. So we were driving. We drove to this place. It was a sketchy place. And this biker guy with his buddy sitting there watching us.
Nice.
Tattooed hearts on our stomach. Now, there's really little.
I'm sure that made their day.
I'm sure it did. But in hindsight, I'm horrified. I'm absolutely horrified. Because
that you did that.
Now that I have kids, it probably wasn't that sanitary. It definitely wasn't safe. We didn't have cell phones then. My mom and dad didn't know where we were. We lied to them. We never told them what we were doing. It was horrible. So I definitely would not recommend that. If you're going to do something like this,
tell your parents.
You'll need their permission if you're under 18.
Nowadays they don't even let you.
It needs to be clean. It needs to be...
You need to make sure that they take the needles out of a sanitary pack. You also need to make sure that this is something you want on your body for the rest of your life. Because at 16, you need to really know that that's what you want. And a lot of times...
Or put it somewhere where no one will ever see it.
Right.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Because it's something that you change so much, especially in your 20s. And, Mickey Mouse tattooed on your hip might be something that you want when you're 18.
But it doesn't look so good on an 80-year-old. But what I was laughing at is that my mother, our mother, when Shelly was having a baby, she didn't know about this tattoo. And Shelly's 9 months pregnant. And she looks...
My little heart is
now massive. And she's looking at it going, what the heck is that? And she's like freaking out. It was so funny because Shelly and I looked at each other. We started laughing because she never saw it. She never realized. So yes, people, make sure that it's safe and that somebody goes with you. And you know what? I said to my kids very early, because my youngest daughter did have a tattoo very young, but she'd gone through a very traumatic experience. And she had decided that her overcoming this was something that she wanted to remember for the rest of her life. So we talked about it a lot, and I went with her. And I always told my girls, if you want to get a tattoo, tell me. We'll talk about it. It may take a couple weeks, it may take a couple years, but we're going to do this together, and I'm going to make sure that you do it properly and that this is something that you really want. So I would also encourage parents, if you have kids, have that conversation. Don't just say, no, you're not getting a tattoo, that's trampy or that's disgusting or whatever, because it's not. It's art. And that might be your opinion, but today it's very accepted. I think it's more important, rather than to tell them that it's disgusting and it's awful and all these things that you think it is, have a conversation about it. Why do you want to get it? Why is this so important to you? Is this something you're going to want in your body for the rest of your life? Have a conversation, just like you would talk about drugs or alcohol or sex or any other topic. Don't just shut them down, because you know what, guys? They're going behind your back then, like you did. So have the conversation. And then I got 2 more after that. So I got one on the back of my neck. That's a G. And it's funny because I say it's for God because I'm a Christian, and it has a little heart on it. And then I say God first, and then my husband, his name's Gavin. So the G's for him as well. And I always wanted one on the back of my neck because I love when women wear their hair up. I love the look of it. So maybe I'll put a picture up of that because I don't mind showing that one off. It often gets shown. So I have one on my arm as well, and it is an anchor. And it has my grandfather's initials because he was a very important man in my life, and he used to be a captain of a ship, and I spent a lot of my childhood on that ship with him. So the anchor has a little cross in memorial of him with a little heart because I loved him dearly, and his initials, DJ, standing for my daddy Jim, and I loved him very much. So I have that one on my hand where I can see it, and it's the only tattoo I can see, and it's on my left hand. And I look at it every day and I think of him, and that's where I wanted it, because I wanted to think about him every day. So, and I do. So that's very effective that way. So yeah, so that's our conversation. Cheers to tattoos. I think they're lovely. And I think if done properly, and if it's really something that reflects something that you feel deeply about, I think they're wonderful. But I think if you're young, take your time. You have the rest of your life to decide you want to mark your body. It's permanent. There's no going back.
Yeah.
So cheers to tattoos and taking your time with making those decisions.
Thanks for watching.
Cheers.